Welcome back, everyone. It's Kirok here. Welcome back to another episode on the KrankyKraft server. Glad for you guys to join me. So I owe you guys a little bit of an explanation. I haven't posted a video in almost 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks, for a number of reasons. This is episode 48. You guys are watching, and I had already recorded episode 48. And then disaster. Basically what happened was my setup's a little different than most people, where I have a PC that I play game on, record, and then I hot swap the hard drive onto which I record into a Mac, and then in the Mac I convert the files and edit in Final Cut Pro. And eventually they end up on YouTube somehow. But anyways, I grabbed the drive on which I recorded episode number 48, the real episode number 48, and swapped it out of the PC, popped it into the Mac, and the Mac went, there's no files on this drive. And so I was like, what? Took the drive, popped it back into the PC. PC says, this drive is corrupted, needs to be reformatted. I was like, awesome. So I tried a bunch of recovery software, different things, and unfortunately there was nothing I could do. And it was a great episode because I did some caving. I needed redstone for the build that we're doing here. Found quite a bit of it. Found some diamonds. Stumbled across a spawner, a zombie spawner to be precise, and tried to take it and died. Went back. I mounted a rescue attempt, and when I got back there, all my stuff was gone. The other half of the episode was me building that. So it's not complete. This is the hut in which the person's going to stay AFK and start collecting all the bones and arrows that fall through. This area is going to be blocked off and closed up, but I left it open right now because I'm going to be doing some more building. There will be chests there, and there. And I'm going to, on this episode, hopefully, if everything works out fine, build a retrieval system in here. Here they come. There he is. I'm going to build a retrieval system so that if I'm here AFK, I'll collect stuff into my inventory. So I'll make sure I stand here without any inventory, anything in my inventory, and there you go. And I will collect. Oh, and you'll notice I put lights here to kind of make it look cool. But if I'm standing outside and not in the hut while I'm working away at the tree farm and so on, they may still continue to go. So what we're going to do is underground here is put up or set up a bunch of hoppers to collect those drops, and there's going to be a retrieval system that sends them up, about, around, and into the chests. The only thing I'm worried about is in my test world, it was making it lag quite a bit. So we'll try it. If the server gets really laggy, then we'll rip it all apart. But yeah, I'm going to have some fun doing that. And also I added the front door. You can see it's right there. It's set up so that a button on that side or here can be used to get in all through this T flip-flop underground. So press it, triggers a mechanism here, triggers the T flip-flop, triggers the door. You can see they're open. Once we walk in from the door, hit it again, and something is wrong. I think the server just crashed. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Major lag there. What was that? Oh, my goodness. Okay, well, still going. That was weird. Well, okay, I'm not going to worry about it. Anyways, guys, what I'm going to do... Oh, yes, by the way, after I died in the zombie pit of hell... Sorry, I was a little bitter. I almost rage quit. I decided to go out and do it again, and this was the result. So, I redeemed myself, needless to say. Okay, we're going to work on the retrieval system this episode. I will be back once I got all my stuff sorted out in here. And I'll see you soon. Welcome back, guys. Okay, so I grabbed a bunch of materials that I think I'm going to need. Bad to you. Some redstone, smooth stone. I made myself some repeaters some comparators, hoppers, and I think that's the most of it. So let's begin. We're going to start by breaking the bottom here, and I'm really hoping this doesn't get or encroach upon the actual spawner. It shouldn't, though. I should be able to go down at least 4 levels without even touching it. We're going to build the retrieval system here, and then after the retrieval system is built, we're going to build the delivery system, which will deliver it from the retrieval system into a series of chests. So I'm going to keep building this. I may do a little tidbits here and there, or I may do I may do a whatchamacallit, you know, that thing with the music and everything going fast, that kind of thing. I'll see you in a little bit, guys. Okay, welcome back, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that little bit of musical background there as I was building the retrieval system. So the retrieval system is complete. The next portion of the build is building the delivery system. So let me show you what happens. Let's pillar up here. Let's go up with some sand. Because I'm in range of the spawners, skeletons will continue to go up. They die, as you can hear right now, and their drops get processed. And if I'm absent, or if the player that's supposed to be in here is not standing where they drop, this set of hoppers will actually suck them in. When they get sucked in, they go into this chest, So I have a good buffer of a lot of space if needed, which will probably never ever get filled. And then the chest sits directly on top of these two hoppers. The hoppers feed into this dropper and into this dropper here all the items. And this little mechanism of redstone that you see here has a comparator which picks up what's in the dropper, sends a signal back around, and triggers the dropper from that little torch there to spit out whatever items make it into the dropper. So it's a nice, easy way of making sure that all of the drops get collected. And we'll stand here for a sec. Watch as these fall in, they'll get ejected, and you can see they went. Now, because I split it, there's no rhyme or reason as to which side they come out of first. They'll just get split randomly based on whatever the game decides. And that's cool. That doesn't matter. So now that I have the elements or the drops that fall from there popping out of these droppers on either side, I need to build the delivery system. So we're going to have a trench of water going across out this way, and the same thing on the other side over there, that will then bring the drops to, let's go up here, a series of droppers set up to push the items straight up, and then a water trough again to bring it across, and then drop them into chests that have what are they called? Hoppers, funneling them down into the chests. And that's all it is. Now, as it is right now, it's not a big load on the server. But once I put those little towers in that push with the droppers, the items all the way up, that tends to produce a bit of lag. So once we have that set up, I will do a few tests and see how bad it is. If it's really bad, I might just tear it all down and forget about this whole thing. If it's not that bad, you know, for the time being, while somebody's in the area but not inside the hut, then we'll leave it, and it'll ensure that we don't lose any of the drops that come down. So I'm going to start building the actual retrieval system, and what I'll do is I'll probably do a quick little, you know, that fast thing with the music in the background? Yeah, that thing. See you in a little bit. Okay, welcome back, guys. So I've completed only one side of the retrieval system. I hope you guys enjoyed. Actually, it's not fully complete, but I'll show you the transport mechanism. Hope you guys enjoyed the time lapse that I did. So let's. Oh, do we need water? We need water. That means I need buckets. Okay, good. Bear with me. I'm gonna grab a bucket. I'll grab a couple. I'll grab two. I only think I need one, but better safe than sorry. Let's grab some water. Finish off the underground portion of the part what we use to recover the bones. Here we go. So let's grab some of this. So the mechanism's all here. When let's go inside. So we're going to do this. I won't be able to come in and out of here again, but that's okay. Not a big deal. Close that up. All right. So one block here. We're going to do a block there and there. And the water's going to go from here out. And that sign that you see there is blocking it from going further. Then over here, whoop, I'm going to cover this up so that nothing can drop into it accidentally or anything like that. Close that up. Further down. And like that. So as you can see, as the water carries the items that get ejected, so here you go, they go into the funnel automatically. There we go, the system is working. So as soon as an item or multiple items make it into the funnel here, it gets brought down into this funnel and then automatically across those funnels there to this funnel, which points into a dropper. That dropper has this clock set up on it. So here's a clock that sends power down, and it's timed right so that, let's go around. It's a little bit of a, there we go around. Sends power down to this torch here. And when this torch powers this block in turn powers the first dropper in the system right there, which pushes the item up into the next dropper, which you see over there. Now, each of the droppers that are stacked one on top of the other have a little ring that looks just like this, where there is a comparator that sees the item in here, puts power all the way around back to the dropper to eject it and push it into the next one. And this one does the same thing, and this one does the same, and it happens all the way up the line to the top, which is slightly different, and then the item gets ejected out the top. And we'll go up there and I'll show you. So you might be wondering, well, what's the clock for? Well, what happens is all the items will collect, go through, and then when this, this is a little bit weird, when this comparator sees there's nothing in the funnel, oh, pushed me over, that there's nothing, no, sorry, not the funnel, the hopper, it sends a signal over to allow power to go through to the clock. But that is blocked unless the dropper itself, let's go up, whoops, let's go up a little bit. It might be a little complicated to follow. So that system will send power through to the clock, but the clock is blocked by the contents of this hopper. So the moment, oh, did I say that right? The moment that this gets items inside of it, it tries to send power. This here then acknowledges that there is something inside there and allows the power to flow through by retracting this block, completing the circuit by pushing this block over, and the clock starts working. That sends the signal down to that torch that I showed you and starts spitting out in a certain pulsing and timed properly so that items will go up the droppers. When I was putting this together, there you go. And now you can see that there's a pulsation of power going through. And when I was doing this, I kept having trouble with these getting clogged up at different levels, even though each one would see that there were items inside of it and use these little rings to automatically push the item up. What was happening was I would drop a full stack of 64 into one just as a test to see if there were multiple items. And because there were multiple items, they would get clogged up in the system right in that corner over there. So I had to develop a way for it to push everything in and then hold on that that torch underneath the first dropper until that all the stuff was all the items were emptied into it, and then allow the pulse to go through to push it up and then let these guys pick it up. And I had to get the right delay here and the right delay there in order not to push items up too fast. So it takes a while for items to go through, but they make it all the way through. In fact, if I go up here, we should see a little stack of items on the ground right outside. There you go. So there you go, and you can see it popping out the top. So the top is not a ring, it's just a simple straight line method. I'll show you that. So when the items make it into this dropper, that comparator picks it up, sends power here, back around to that block, and then spits it out. So up in this area, what we're going to do is we're going to put another water trough that goes all the way across here to some hoppers that filter down the items into chests. And having explained this all to you, I hope you guys were able to keep along with it. So far I've noticed it's not really that laggy, so that's really good. Let's do this, get that out of the way. So even if I were to come over here, grab these, drop them in, because let's pretend I'm absent, and they go in, they go down in the system, you can see them going through, you can see them going through. Here I don't have anything set up yet, but you can hear they made their way already all the way over there. How do I get out of here now? And whoops, and you can see how this could become laggy, but so far it's looking pretty good. And you can see there over there, there you go, they're all popping out. It's working great, it's working perfectly. So all of those that I threw in there are slowly getting filtered and brought all the way up here. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to build the water trough system as well as the chest system with the hoppers to collect all the items into the chests. And then I'm going to build the other side to mirror that side and bring you guys back. At that point, I'll probably call it an episode. I don't know exactly how long this episode's going to be, but we'll see. It might be a little shorter, might be a little longer than usual. And prettying it up will come, I guess, off camera. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, welcome back, people. It's done. What time is it? Okay, good. It is finished. The only things that I have left to complete is the floor on the inside of the hut and some sort of covering for the outside of the two towers. Okay. The reason I'm standing far away is because the moment I go up to it, they'll start spawning and then going through the system. And once the arrows and bones start coming up these towers on either side, it is doing what I was afraid it would be doing, and it's lagging out the server like crazy. It's not too bad, but it's still very noticeable. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to walk up to it. Doors are open, obviously. And I'm going to stand here and wait for them to come up. You'll notice the chests are set up on either side. There is no, one chest isn't for arrows, one chest isn't for bones or anything. It's all random. You can see there's a bunch in there. These are all the bones and arrows that have come through and I've put in there that I've been collecting as I've been building this. Okay, I can hear them come up. There we go. So as they come up and they go through the system, I can be standing right here and collect stuff. But if I'm not in the room, when the drops fall from these droppers, these are going to go into my inventory. There you go. So that's going in my inventory. Not a big deal. But what if I'm outside? Door closed, right? Good thing I made this out of glass. You can barely see through it. Actually, let's open the door. And what you'll see is you'll see the drops fall and they get picked up by the hoppers. And if you're wondering, I'm going to be covering this with carpets. And you can already tell it's getting a little laggy. Kind of loud. I'm going to stand back a bit. So what's happening now is that there, see, the lights are coming up and the items are actually being ejected and pushed through like that. There you go. You can actually see them. Same thing is happening on both sides. If I come over to this side, you'll see the items are getting ejected into the water stream, and that water stream is looped over on itself up at the top so that they will pass over these hoppers and then get any items that don't make it into those hoppers get brought over to these hoppers, and these hoppers fill up the chests from the bottom up. And that's the whole procedure. Let's see if we can see one go in. There, yeah, you saw that? So I don't even need to be standing in the building and everything gets collected. Okay, one's dying right now. But it takes some time. Oh, I'm standing here to collect them. I shouldn't be. It takes some time for them to go up through the system. And it's all these repeaters and the two pistons down there that are causing the lag. There we go. So I should see that one come into one of these chests shortly. There we go. Perfect. So it works. It does exactly what I wanted to do. The only thing is it lags the server a tiny little bit. And there's no off switch. So what I might do is in the hut, I may wire up a switch that lights up the spawner down below. So that way I have control over turning it off and turning it on. Right now, the only control I have is to stand far away enough that I don't activate the spawner. So maybe if you guys want to leave it in the comments, let me know how you would like me to set it up. If I should set up a set of lights that disables the spawner, or if I should just leave it as it is and whenever I'm not around, we don't have nothing to worry about. So for the future of this this build, as I said, we're going to finish up the floor. I'll probably do that off camera. Pretty up the towers on each side. Again, do that off camera. But then this whole area here is going to be a conventional type tree farm where we're going to grow all kinds of different trees. But I think on this, this end over here, I'm going to have a station in which I can use a rail from my base to get here. And Hamnisu's base is just up around that area, and he can use a rail to come over here as well. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I do want to put an automated tree farm as well. And all that bone meal and bones that are going to come in handy for it. We're probably going to build that back here. If we need to push the land back a bit, we will. But when we build this, I may build a way to get bone meal out of that via cart into the system here. So that's down the line. Anyways, guys, I'm going to call this episode at an end here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the setup that I've done. It's pretty cool. And you see now it's stopped, so the server isn't getting laggy. But yeah, let me know. Let me know what you guys think, okay? Thanks again. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys again next time. Bye for now. The fence that you see here is designed to allow animals to fall through, but also to allow animals to get trapped in this area where I'm standing. The whole point behind that is so that you don't clear out your stock completely. So you really want to have this full of cows or full of pigs before you hit the button, so that you maximize. That way you maximize the amount of food you'll get out of it. Meanwhile, keeping some of the livestock alive in here. If they should all happen